Welcome to the Virtual College Fair for all Virginia students, sponsored by the Virginia Association of College Registrars and Admission Counselors and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at strivescan.com/Virginia. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at that same website, strivescan.com/Virginia. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from Catawba College. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Can everyone see that okay?
Looks great.
Okay, awesome. So my name's Katie Connor, and I am the admissions counselor at Catawba College. So I'm going to spend the next few minutes telling you a little bit about us. So we are a private liberal arts college in Salisbury, North Carolina. That's about 40 minutes out from Charlotte, 40 minutes out from Winston-Salem. We have 1,300 undergraduate students, so a very small student body, and only about 3 graduate programs. So we're almost exclusively an undergraduate institution. First-year students are required to live on campus here unless they live within 25 miles with a parent or guardian and want to commute. And 70% of our students overall do live on campus, so a very residential community. Additionally, we have students from over 29 states and 19 countries right now. So for all the Virginia students tuning in, we do have a lot of students from Virginia, Maryland, Tennessee, South Carolina. So by no means are we just North Carolinians here. And finally, we have 38% campus diversity rate, and we're really proud of that. It's definitely above average for institutions like Catawba, and that's been going up for us every single year. To tell you a bit about Salisbury as a town, we have about 35,000 residents here. We have 4 performing arts theaters downtown. We have a professional symphony orchestra, very active downtown scene. So if you're looking for a college town, we're also proud to offer that as well. Let me jump right into academics at Catawba. So we have 5 schools that house over 70 academic programs. Our School of Arts and Sciences offers any traditional liberal arts major you may be looking for. Our Kettner School of Business offers several business programs, and that is named after Ralph Kettner, the founder of Food Lion, who our business students had very close relationships with up until his passing. Our School of Education offers K-12 licensure in all core subjects, as well as music, theater, physical education, and special education. Our School of Health Science and Human Performance has really popular programs in nursing, exercise science, and recreational therapy. And then finally, our School of Performing Arts has 2 amazing departments of music and theater. And our theater program traditionally ranks in the top 20 nationally for top college programs. And we have several unique music programs, the most unique being our popular music program. It's one of about 12 in the country, and it's geared towards students who want to be specifically in the popular music industry as songwriters, performers, engineers, producers, anything. Now, out of those 70 programs, if you don't find something you like, we make it really easy to personalize your major here at Catawba and create something very interdisciplinary. A bit about these stats. So our average class size is 13. Catawba is not a place you can hide. You're either gonna love it or hate it, and it's not uncommon to have classes as small as 2 or 3 or 8 people, especially as you advance in your major. We do not have teaching assistants. So what that means is all of your classes are taught by professors who have the highest degrees in their fields. And our student to faculty ratio is 12:1. So that just means that you're not a number here at Catawba, and you don't just know your professor's name and they know your name, but you become very, very close with them here. It's very much a family and a community if that's something that you're looking for. To tell you a bit about more of the activities at Catawba, we are a Division II campus. We have 23 athletic teams. One that's unique for us is beach volleyball. We're proud to be one of 2 schools in North Carolina that offer that. We also offer developmental teams. So if you want to play basketball or soccer, but may not quite be at the D2 level, you can join the developmental team and hope to advance onto that D2 team later in your college career. We have over 40 clubs and organizations that I'm happy to answer questions on. Essentially anything I think you could be looking for, we do have. I want to go over some of our top scholarship opportunities in case any of you guys are eligible. So in addition to our departmental scholarships, if you know what you're going to study in college and are coming in with that, you're going to be eligible for several scholarships at Catawba, just depending on that program. These next 2 are our 2 full tuition, most prestigious scholarship opportunities. So our Socratic Scholarship is a full tuition scholarship. The eligibility requirements this year are a 4.0 GPA. So if you apply by November 1st and you meet that qualification, you're automatically going to be invited to interview for that scholarship. Our Spirit of Catawba Scholarship is a little bit different. It's not merit-based. It's just for students who we think embody our 4 core values. And how they do that is really through their application. So that through their essays, their letter of recommendations, their extracurriculars. If we think you're a good fit for this, we'll nominate you, again, to interview and be eligible for that opportunity. To go over the financial aid at Catawba, our tuition fees, room and board, total to be a little over $42,500. For first-year students coming into Catawba, they will also automatically receive a merit scholarship anywhere between $10,000 and $20,000. That's just depending on what your GPA is that you're coming in with to Catawba. Like I said, we also offer talent-based aid, so that can be athletic or departmental, and need-based aid. So if you aren't familiar with FAFSA yet, if you choose to come to Catawba, you would add us onto your FAFSA, and then we would be able to determine what institutional need-based aid and what federal and state aid you're eligible for. If you're interested in applying, our application's free. It's on our website or on Common App. We have a regular application and test optional. I am out of time, but here's my contact information, and I'm happy to answer any questions in the chat. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. And next, we'll be hearing from James Madison University.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Lauren Houlihan. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about James Madison University. We are a 4-year public institution located in Harrisonburg, Virginia. And we have about 22,000 students on campus, so 20,000 undergraduate and 2,000 graduate students. So we're very much an undergraduate-focused university. I know 22,000 can sound really daunting. I myself am a JMU alum. I personally loved the size of JMU because I found that during my time as a student, it was large enough where I was able to meet somebody new every day, but small enough where I was still able to run into those same people every day. So very much that larger campus with that small school feeling to it. Even with 20,000, average class size is still 25, and only 12% of our classes have more than 50 students. Additionally, 98% of our classes are taught by professors, so no GAs, no DAs. We recognize that you're coming to learn from the experts, so we want to make sure that we're supplying classes that are taught to you by experts in those fields. We also have a 90% freshman retention rate, which means that 90% of our freshmen return to us the following year, which is phenomenal. That indicates that students are happy and they want to come back, and that they're receiving the academic support to make them eligible to come back. And I think that's really a tribute to all of the support services that JMU has to offer, be it academic or otherwise. We're also a Division I university, so all sports, basketball, football, baseball, soccer, you name it, all of it is D1 and all of it is free and available to students. You can just go right into the games. We've hosted several ESPN college game days in the past, and we're pretty well known for our school spirit, which I think is why we are the #1 most recommended university in the nation, according to Wall Street Journal and Times Higher Education. So let's talk about what makes a student a competitive candidate and how to get you to JMU. JMU does not admit by merit, which means that there is no one major that makes it easier or harder for you to get into. When you are applying to James Madison University, not a specific college. The 3 biggest things in the admissions decision process are program of study. So math, English, science, social science, foreign language, rigor of curriculum, how difficult those classes are, and then individual grades and core academic classes. A lot of students are very surprised to hear that we don't use high school GPA in the evaluation process. That number does not mean anything to me. It does not tell me what you are taking, how difficult those classes are, or how well you're actually doing them. So I don't care what that number is. I care about all the effort that went into building that number. So I'm going to look at all your core academics from the very, first time that you started. I'm looking to see when you started, when you stopped, how far into each program you went. Is any AP honors, IB, or dual enrollment within the context of the school? And if the school offers it, I do expect to see it on the transcript. Not that you are taking every single thing that is offered, but that you are clearly utilizing the resources available to you and challenging yourself, but finding that happy balance between challenge and receiving grades of A's and B's. After that, everything else is optional. The letter of recommendation is optional, your personal statement is optional, extracurricular activities are optional, and your SAT or ACT scores are optional. We have 2 different application deadline dates, early action and regular decision. It makes no difference to JMU which one you decide to apply for. It's just a personal decision and whichever one you feel best prepared for. JMU does not fill up its freshman class based off of early action applications, and applying early action does not mean that JMU is your number one choice. It simply means you're ready to go. We have 8 colleges at JMU that house approximately 170 academic programs. As we don't admit by major, you are not committed to studying one particular academic area. At 17, 18 years old, I do not expect you to know what it is that you want to do right now. And even if you do, that's more than likely going to change, and that's okay. So at JMU, everything is very cross-disciplined. Everything intersects and overlaps. So regardless of what you are actually going to major in, you still take math, English, science, and social science. That's kind of how a liberal arts university works, where you're focused in one thing in particular, but you're still drawing from all those core areas. As I mentioned earlier, we are located in Harrisonburg, Virginia, so right off Interstate I-81, smack in the middle of the Shenandoah Valley and the Blue Ridge Mountains. To give a little bit of context to that, we're about 2 hours west of Richmond and 2 hours south of Washington, D.C. We are also within walking distance of downtown historic Harrisonburg. It's just a couple of blocks off of the main campus, and there really is a lot of character and a lot of culture for it being a small town in Western Virginia. The university, I think, does a really great job of reminding students that if they attend JMU, they are not just a JMU student. They are also a Harrisonburg community member. And we want you to feel comfortable going off campus and trying new things and immersing yourself in the local area. So the university is very supportive of the campus. The university is very supportive of the town, and the town is very supportive of our students. It's a nice symbiotic relationship that we have going on. Being in the Shenandoah Valley, there is a ton of hiking, camping, kayaking, biking areas around us. And we want you, again, to feel comfortable going off campus, exploring these areas, because we're right next to a national forest, which is kind of cool. And then last but not least, I just have contact information for the Office of Admission and a QR code here on the screen. So if you have an opportunity to scan this will take you to JMU's mailing list so that we can start sending you information about some of the programs that you might be interested in. And then this Find Your Counselor link right here, every student is assigned their informational counselor. This will kind of help figure out who that person actually is for you all. But that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you all have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from Shepherd University.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining our portion of this session today. My name is Lacey. I'm an admissions counselor at Shepherd University. If you're not familiar with us, I'm going to talk a little bit about today some of the resources Shepherd has to offer and where you might find yourself fitting in and belonging in the Shepherd family. So location is a big part about what Shepherd has to offer. If you're not familiar with us, we are a small public liberal arts school about 90 minutes from the DC metro area. If you look at our campus, we're actually on the Potomac River in the oldest town in West Virginia, Shepherdstown, West Virginia, surrounded by history, battlefields, national parks, but still really close to the DC metro area, about an hour from Sterling, 45 minutes from Winchester, if you're familiar with us. Location is a big part of what we have to offer because a lot of our students end up doing internships, research projects with companies in that DC area, and those are usually where they're seeing their job offers sometimes before they even graduate. Our student population, we are under 4,000 students overall. 2,600 of those are pursuing their undergrad. It's a 60-40 split, female to male, and 60% of those students are coming to us as West Virginia residents. The other 40% offers representation from all 50 states, as well as 16 countries, places like Nigeria, the Ivory Coast, and more. Academically, we offer 100 plus majors. Our average class size is 20, and the student to faculty ratio is 13:1. And I really can't emphasize enough the importance of these small class sizes. And it's more than just saying, oh, you're not just a number, you're a name. Your professors know what you want to do. They are looking out for internship opportunities for you. These are going to be the people who are your references when you're applying for jobs. So it's really about making those connections that are going to put you forward into the career force. As far as support resources go, we offer free tutoring for every subject for all of our students. We have a Success Academy with success coaches who will work with you with any test taking, note taking skills, studying skills. We have secondary advising. So if you think, oh, I might need to change my major or drop a class, they're the people you can go to, walk in, make an appointment. They're there for you. Basically, in a lot of these capacities, these people are your own personal cheerleaders. Go see them. They're there for you. At Shepherd, we are really, really invested in who you are just as much outside the classroom as inside the classroom. So we're really about getting you out into the field. A couple of the ways we're preparing our students for their careers are internships, clinical rotations for nursing students, student teaching for education majors, and other field experience and research opportunities in the area. As far as on campus, we offer 90 plus clubs and organizations. Shepherdstown itself is a pretty poppin' little town, so there's always some annual events and festivals going on, and we are a D2 school, so hopefully if you ever make it to campus on a football Saturday, you will see a lot of people hanging out, tailgating, not just students, but also community members, alumni. A lot of people come back for the games, so we have a lot of fun on campus. And then as far as living on campus, we offer 3 different types of housing style: traditional, suite, and apartment, and 4 major dining locations. We do offer meal plans for commuter students and residential students. So if you're not sure if you want to live on campus and you're close enough that it's easy for you to commute, you can still get a meal plan. And we absolutely allow parking for freshmen as well. And then financially, Shepherd students do actually graduate with less debt than the national average. You're going to be looking at this out-of-state number that does include room and board, and that's $28 for the year. That's the big sticker price though. So if you look over here, you as a coming to us from Virginia, you automatically qualify for our Metro Scholarship. It's $5,500 a year, and that's something that you don't have to apply for. It's just automatic, and you can get that for all 4 years. And we also have other academic scholarships which are merit-based, so we use your GPA and test scores, and those are automatically awarded as well. So pretty much before you even walk in the door, you already have scholarship money under your belt. And then those are some of those first-time freshman scholarships I mentioned. That's the Metro Scholarship, and our academic scholarships range from that $3,000 to $5,000, and those are renewable every year for 4 years as long as you meet the requirements. And then for us to actually make an admissions decision, all we need from you guys are high school transcripts. And even though it's not required, we highly recommend sending us a personal statement. We love to read those and get a better idea of your fuller profile of you as a student, as a person, what you're interested in, where you see yourself at Shepherd. Test scores help for scholarships and things like that, but they're not necessarily required, and letters of recommendation are recommended as well. And then just some things to keep in mind, that for financial aid, we do ask, some of our scholarships require the FAFSA, so that's going to open up October 1st for you guys, and that is required for some scholarships. So even if you don't think your FAFSA is going to get you anything, we still recommend that you do it. And then guys, definitely check out our website. We have virtual tour materials. We'll be holding some virtual academic sessions. If you're ready to come to campus, hopefully we'll be offering in-person tours too, but you can still come to campus, walk around, explore, and then we are here to help. So if you don't have any questions for us just yet today, we have a text line you can text anytime during business hours, and there is our main office phone and email contact information for you guys. And thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you. Just a reminder to everyone to please send in any Q&A questions. You can do that at any time. And now we'll be hearing from Xavier University.
Hello, thank you so much. I'm Erin Melody, Xavier's Regional Recruitment Director for the Mid-Atlantic and your Admission and Financial Aid Counselor. Xavier is a Jesuit Catholic university located in Cincinnati, which is in the southwest corner of Ohio. We have a metropolitan population of just over 2 million people and are consistently ranked as a top city for college grads by Smart Asset. Thus, our students have wonderful opportunities to utilize the city as an extension of our campus academically, socially, culturally, and professionally. Our 190-acre park-like campus is located within the city limits, approximately a 10-minute drive from the heart of downtown, and is home to about 5,000 full-time undergraduates. A medium-sized school with a personalized feel. Our average class size is 21, and we have a 12-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio. Those 5,000 students attend one of our 4 undergraduate colleges, which include the College of Arts and Sciences, our largest, the Williams College of Business, which is AACSB accredited, the School of Professional Sciences, which is home to our education and sports studies programs, and our School of Nursing, which is direct entry. A stat of which we are most proud, Xavier has a 98% success rate. What that means is within 6 months of graduation, 98% of our students are employed, enrolled full-time in graduate school, or participating in a long-term service commitment. How do we achieve this? Every student is assigned to a success team upon arrival at Xavier. These 4 coaches, which you can see there in the bottom corner of the slide, are there to be a support network over your 4 years to assist in making the transition to college life, guide you to or in your major, connect you with mentors, research and internship opportunities, keep you on track to graduate, and successfully move on to the next phase of your life, be it career, graduate school, or service commitment. A Xavier student is an engaged student, participating in things like study abroad. We have 75 locations on 6 continents. Honors programs, we have 5. Community service in Cincinnati or around the globe, or one of our 170 different clubs and organizations. Things like In the Loop, which is our crochet club, 4 Paws for Ability, which trains service dogs, or Don't Tell Anna, which is an improv troupe. And then in the middle of the campus, you'll find the Cintas Center, home of Division I Big East Xavier basketball, where student tickets are free and our extreme fans camp out for best seating at big games. Xavier is a true community. As our mascot, the Musketeer, would say, all for one and one for all. The class of 2024 arrived on campus in August from across the country. 55% of them come from outside of the state of Ohio. Of the just over 1,300 students in the class, 23% identify as students of color, 19% of them are first generation in their family to attend college, and they represent 18 different religious traditions. We are a residential campus with housing required and guaranteed for the first 2 years. 90% of our students live either on campus or within a 5-block radius. Students can have cars on campus all 4 years, although there is easy access to downtown and local amenities by public transportation. In non-COVID times, we also have shuttle services and then rideshare services. Xavier is a member of the Common App and our application is free. We are a rolling decision school with a priority deadline of December 1. You will receive your admission and initial scholarship decision usually within 2 to 4 weeks of your application becoming complete. Our middle 50% for GPA is a 3.3 to a 4.0 on a weighted scale. But most importantly this year, we continue to be test optional. And in COVID times, I'm thrilled to announce that this even includes our direct entry nursing program. I highly encourage you to visit campus, either virtually on our Making a Musketeer page. The link is there at the bottom, or in person. If you're able to get to Cincinnati, we are offering daily tours. Should you have any questions or would like to set up an individual appointment, please email me. I look forward to working with you, and I wish you all the best in your college search process. Thanks so much.
Thank you. And now we'll be hearing from the University of Cincinnati.
Good morning and welcome, everyone. My name is Grace Franciscelli. I am our Regional Enrollment Manager, and I work with all the students across the state of Virginia. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Before I tell you about the University of Cincinnati, I want to tell you a little bit about the unique city that we get to call home. We share it with about 2 million residents. It is rich in culture, history, diversity. It has a vibrant performing arts scene, and it's home to many athletic teams, including the Bengals, the Reds, and our NCAA Division I athletics program. Many people don't know that there are 400 of the Fortune 500 companies represented within the city of Cincinnati. Per capita, that puts us in the ranks with places like New York, LA, San Francisco, Chicago. There are so many opportunities for students to engage and interact with these companies. Cincinnati is also ranked one of the top places for recent graduates, and it's also ranked as one of the top 5 most affordable cities. Also calling Cincinnati home are our 46,000 total students. On our main campus, which is the campus that we're going to be focusing on today, we have just a touch under 27,500 students. Of these students, 21% are coming from out of state. Our top out of states are Illinois, Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, Texas, California, and then of course, Virginia, Maryland, and the DC area. And we were so excited to welcome our 8th year of record-breaking enrollment. Cincinnati is also the birthplace of cooperative education, or co-op. So as we mentioned before, we have 400 of these Fortune 500 companies in the city offering students these co-op experiences. Now, a co-op is when a student is working full-time for a company. During this time with us, they are not taking classes, they are not paying tuition, they are solely working for this company. All of our co-ops are paid. The average co-op earning is $10,300 per rotation, and most programs require 4 to 5 rotations. Even if a program at Cincinnati does not require that co-op, they still will have some sort of experience-based learning as part of the curriculum. Every single student who passes through the University of Cincinnati will complete experience-based learning in the form of studying abroad, internships, service learning, clinicals, research, student teaching, performances. 90% of our students have an opportunity outside of the classroom their freshman year. At the University of Cincinnati, we have over 350 academic programs. I don't have time to sit here and go through them all, but I will point on, we have a Conservatory of Music, one of the top musical theater programs in the country. There is not a show on Broadway that does not have the conservatory's influence, whether that be stage design, lighting, sound, performance. We do require auditions for our conservatory programs, and we are part of Unifieds. Our programs that require those co-ops are within our College of Engineering, and then also our College of Design, Architecture, Art, and Planning. Within engineering, we do offer aerospace. Neil Armstrong used to be a professor with us, biomedical, mechanical. And then on the design side, we do have programs like industrial design, fashion design, interior design. Our students within our Lindner College of Business have an option to co-op. They can do a half-year co-op or a full-year co-op, and about 85% of our students in business do choose the co-op route. A very unique program to the University of Cincinnati is our medical sciences major. This is actually a bachelor's degree housed within our College of Medicine. It's for a student who wants to go into research, medicine, veterinary medicine, optometry. Students are mentored by both a faculty member and a student within the College of Medicine, and they take half their classes on our main campus and half their classes on our medical campus, which is within walking distance. I will also point out that we have direct entry into our nursing program. We have direct entry into all of our programs as well. So if you want to apply to us, please visit the Common App. Before you're able to submit the Common App, you do have to choose your top 3 majors that you want to apply to. And again, direct entry into all those majors. And we do have some undecided paths, and I'm happy to answer questions about those in the chat or if you want to email me after. We have an application fee of $50, or we accept the NACAC fee waiver. We need your counselor to send us your official high school transcript. We need 1 letter of recommendation. And for fall 2021 and fall 2022, we are test optional. However, if you are applying to nursing or early childhood education, we do require a test score for those programs. If you want to apply to our conservatory, we strongly recommend doing so before November 15th. You need to submit some pre-screening materials and select an audition date, and those dates can fill up pretty fast. For most of our other programs, especially our competitive programs listed on the screen here, we recommend applying by December 1st. That is also our scholarship deadline. If you apply by December 1st, we will release your decision on February 5th. That is our Cincinnati Decision Day. And if you have any other questions, please enter them in the Q&A below, or feel free to take a screenshot to get my email address here. But thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. Again, yes, just a reminder, please keep sending in Q&A questions. And lastly, we'll be hearing from Coastal Carolina University.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Can everyone see my screen all right?
Looks good.
Perfect. Okay, so thank you again for joining. My name is Cameron Gonzalez. I'm the Senior Admissions Counselor here at Coastal Carolina University. I'm also an alum of Coastal. I got my degree in 2016 in communication, minored in marketing. Quick facts about Coastal: we were founded in 1954 and we became a public university in 1993. Since then, we are one of the fastest growing institutions in the state of South Carolina. We are located in Conway, South Carolina, but unfortunately, unless you are from this Carolinas, you won't know exactly where Conway is. So we just say that we are from Myrtle Beach because we are only 9 miles from the beach, which is really, really nice. We have just over 10,000 students on campus. We have 5 academic colleges and over 90 different programs to study to choose from. We have a 16-to-1 student-faculty ratio, and 79% of our faculty members do possess a doctoral or a terminal degree, which is really great knowing that students can feel comfortable. Their professors that are teaching them this stuff have the accreditation and the experience to back up what they're teaching. The most you'll see in a classroom is maybe 20, 25 students, and as you focus on your major, those class sizes are going to get a lot smaller. What's also nice is that all of our faculty members are required to have an open door policy, so if you're ever struggling in a class or need assistance on a homework assignment, you can go to them during their office hours to get the additional help that you need. Some popular majors that fall under our academic programs: marine science, communication, graphic design, digital and culture design, biology, exercise sports science, psychology, just to name a few. We are NCATE accredited within our Spadoni College of Education, meaning that students, when they get their degree at Coastal for education, they can teach anywhere in the country, including Guam and Puerto Rico. And then our Wall College of Business is AACSB accredited, which means that we fall in the top 5% of business schools in the entire world. Here at Coastal, we have over 120 clubs and organizations on campus, everything from Greek life, faith-based, SGA, club sports, you name it, we more than likely have it. We have very interesting clubs, anywhere from honors to specific career goals. We even have a Quidditch team. We have a hammock club, and that's exactly what it sounds like. You hang a hammock on campus, swing back and forth, take a nap. It is one of the most popular clubs and organizations on campus, and when you're on campus, you can sign up for as many clubs and organizations as you'd like. All of our students are involved in at least one club or organization, so they really do push for you to be involved as possible. Of course, without our student body involvement, we wouldn't be able to cheer on our Chanticleers. We are Division I. We have 19 sports teams here, and we compete in the Sun Belt Conference. With the exception of women's lacrosse, they compete in the Atlantic Sun Conference, but still Division I. We receive over 15,000 applications each year, with about 13,000 of them being for the freshman class. 49% of our students are in-state, 49% are out-of-state, and 2% are international, with Virginia being the third most popular state that we get students from. So more than likely on your first day of classes, you will be sitting next to somebody who is probably in the town just next to you. Freshmen are allowed to bring vehicles to campus. Your parking pass is only $75 for the entire year, but if you don't want to bring a vehicle, that is okay. We do have shuttles that will take you to and from our Walmart, as well as the local Amtrak, Greyhound, and Myrtle Beach International Airport. Some freshman requirements I want you to keep in mind. This is not our minimum. This is that middle 50% range we want students to really strive for and that we've seen students come in with. So GPA is a 3.2 to a 4.0. ACT is a 19 to a 24. And SAT is a 1020 to an 1150. Now, something new that we're doing for fall of 2021 and for future terms, before COVID even happened, we were already planning on going test optional for students who have a 3.5 GPA and a rigorous college preparatory program in high school, meaning that what we're doing is we're taking into consideration all of your classes that you took in high school. So if you took APs, honors, and dual enrollments, IBs, that is what we are going to use to determine if you are truly test optional. Now, there are 3 majors that require you to still take the test regardless of your GPA, and that's going to be marine science, intelligence and national security, and our 2+2 nursing program. When you come to Coastal, we look for 20 core requirements: 4 years of English, 4 years of math, 3 lab sciences, 2 years of the same foreign language, preferably, but if you have 2 years of 2 separate languages, that's okay too. 3 years of a social science, 1 year of a fine art, PE, and 2 academic electives. Now, I do know in Virginia, I used to live in Virginia, so I'm familiar with the diplomas. There's an advanced diploma and a standard diploma. So if you are receiving a standard diploma, which allows you to only take 3 maths, that's all we're going to require too. It's not going to penalize you if you don't have that 4th math. If you have it, great. That is what we're looking for. If not, we will review your file based off of the diploma you are receiving. Now, there are 2 ways to apply to Coastal. You can either apply directly through our institutional application, coastal.edu/apply, or through the Common App that is also new for fall of 2021. We're not early action or early decision. We are rolling admission. So once we have a completed file for you, we can get you a decision in less than 3 weeks. The only true deadline I want to point out is December 1st, which is the priority date for merit awards. And I'll go into what merit awards are in the next minute. I put in-state and out-of-state tuition up there for you, as well as the total at the bottom, because there are 3 majors in particular through the state of Virginia that allows students to possibly receive our in-state tuition for being an out-of-state student, and that is marine science, intelligence and national security, or middle-level education. So if you plan on majoring in one of those 3, there are 2 out of the 3 require prerequisites, and I can go into what more details are if you wanted to drop the questions in the Q&A box, or my contact information. I'd be more than happy to expand on that a little bit more. But those costs at the bottom will fluctuate given the student's experience and what they're looking for. And I had mentioned merit awards before. Merit awards is awarded money we give students based off of how they do. So we take everything into consideration from a holistic approach. And as long as you're maintaining the requirements, this is renewable every single year. That is my contact information, and that is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for letting me speak with you today. And feel free again to drop any questions in the Q&A box. We'll be more than happy to answer those for you.
Thank you. We do have a few extra minutes, so if anyone would like to jump back in with some additional information or answer a Q&A question if one comes in. If not, thank you all for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. This was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to check out the full schedule and sign up for additional sessions at strivescan.com/Virginia. Also, in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all the other sessions recordings at strivescan.com/Virginia. Just a final call if anybody else would like to jump in or has anything else to add. Looks like no, so thank you all again for joining us. Bye now.